gentlemen, Pennsylvania Railroad train number 575, the Northern Express, is now departing Harrisburg for Buffalo, New York. This train stops at Millersburg, Sunbury, Milton, Williamsport, Lock Haven, Renova, Emporium, Olean, Franklinville, and East Aurora. All right.
Hi, my name is Rob. Welcome to the Pine Summit Railroad. This is a mostly Lionel O-gauge layout, approximately 14 feet deep by maybe 21 feet across. It's located in the basement of my home. We were fortunate enough when we built the home to have a train room in mind, and I enjoy working here because it's just a pleasant place to be. I have drywall and nice lighting and carpet, and it's a lot better than crawling around on the basement floors like I used to. And I wanted to just explain very briefly my philosophy in building this layout. I think there are two or more different philosophies that model railroaders use. Some guys like to build a layout that is very prototypical in nature, that they can operate in a realistic manner. They can move trains, they can switch cars, they can assemble trains, they can travel from one destination to another, can use a timetable, and make it a very complicated operating system that is very thought-provoking. My layout, on the other hand, is much simpler in scope, in that mine is meant just to be a display. Mine, you basically turn the trains on and you let them run. And I did it that way because I enjoy having people here to see the trains. This way I can turn the trains on, we can talk, I can answer questions, and people just enjoy watching the trains go around. Every year, I don't know, for the last 5, 6, 7 years now, we have probably 125 to 150 people come in during the month of December. A lot of them come back year after year, and they bring their kids, and it's kind of become a holiday tradition. I don't do anything different for the holiday. I don't change the layout other than add some Christmas decorations in the room. But that's kind of the idea behind it, is to have a display and to have people and share with them and just enjoy being with folks. So welcome to the Pine Summit Railroad.
Okay. We've got a system at the station here on the inside track. It's here, 2 trains running there. A diesel stopped right now. It took off. A steam engine will come around in a minute and stop. He's got a very simple relay system here. He'll explain it in a minute. which keeps these two trains spaced and stopping at the station. There's the steam engine just left. There's the diesel coming around. He's actually shorting the two rails on the other side of the layout, which is essentially the go point. There's the diesel just left. Now the steam engine will come around. You see the two trains running on this loop, and each of them makes a stop at the station for a minute and then takes off again. Okay, we're looking at the station over there where the trains were stopping and starting. Now we're gonna come over to the other side of the layout where the block is that's causing the stopping and starting. So we come back along the track, and we're going to go over to here. And now we've got Rob in the camera. And basically, there's a piece of track over here with a gap, and it shorts from one side to the other. And I'll let Rob take it from there.
The inside rail of the three is the one that's an insulated section. It's just like a typical Lionel insulated section. There's no current to this track at all. The hot wire goes to the center rail, the ground rail goes to the outside rail, and there's nothing to the inside rail. Now this inside rail is attached, I have a wire running from it over to the corresponding ground rail over by the station. And as the train pulls into the station, there is no ground over there, so it stops. And as soon as the other train comes into this block, the wheels act like a switch, and it takes the current from the outside rail through the axle to the inside rail, which now puts ground in that rail, and when that ground is then carried by the wire over to that section, and then the ground activates the train over there.
Put your hand on the other end of the block if you could, so they can see where, that's the start of it, where you had your hand.
This is the end of it here.
Okay.
And the other end is, it's back here.
Okay.
Right here.
And that's enough of a distance
So
that it
that
gives
me plenty of time, gives that train that's parked at the station enough time to get out of the station before the train that's here leaves this section.
Right, because if this block here is not long enough, it won't get that train started, right?
Right. Yep. It has to stay active long enough to give that train time to get out of it.
Okay.
But well on a good sized loop of track, because you have plenty of spacing between the trains. If you were in a tighter situation, you might want to have to depend on relays or something a little more positive. But this works very well in this situation. It's simple because there's nothing to go wrong. This building right here is a tribute that I had to do for my best friend. Jim and I have been friends for 50 years or so, since we were kids. And ever since Jim was old enough to realize that girls are built differently than boys are, and some girls are built more differently than others, he's been a fan of the ones that are more different. So for him, I had to make the Double D Brassiere Company, which it says has been pointing the way since 1957. And if you look in the, I don't know if you can get a shot in the front window there, but he's actually down on his knee and he's doing, and if you look there, he's doing a custom fitting on a young lady. Just the kind of guy that's willing to do whatever it takes, I guess, to make a customer happy. If you come forward from there, and you get into your, there's a flea market going on here. Special deal, everything's on sale today and 50% off, and if you're looking for something to take home with you, there's an opportunity. They even have I don't know what you call those wooden signs that people put out in their yard that show the lady bending over weeding her garden with her bloomers hanging out the back.